Hey, Dad,
Yeah?
did you ever lie to me? Something that might hurt me to know.
What do you think? Shh. Everything's going to be just fine.
I just want to see her. You don't have to.
Shut up. James Amber wants you out of the picture, so that's what's going to happen. After all, no one believes a junkie.
No.
Damon,
What the hell are you doing here?
whatever James promised you, he's a liar. And a cheater. He'll screw you over the first chance he gets.
You think I'm a fucking idiot? James Amber came to me because he was desperate. And now, I'm squeezing him for all he's worth. Talking's over.
Leave her alone. Get away from her.
I said shut the fuck up!
No.
Go to your fucking happy place.
Run.
Now, what do I do with...
Damon! What did you do? Chloe.
Frank?
You don't really want to do this again, do you? Okay. Then I don't want to do this again. Come on, man.
Fuck you.
Sarah. Rachel. Your daughter. She... Sarah?
Chloe Price. We need to talk about what happened. What James did. Hiring that thug. Shooting me up with...
He's a piece of shit. And I promise that...
Rachel can never know.
That's bullshit, Sarah.
You're not listening.
Rachel deserves to know what happened to you.
No, she doesn't.
I recognize I might not know what the fuck I'm talking about here, but I wish you could know how amazing Rachel is.
I know. What Rachel needs, though, is not to have her father taken away from her.
He doesn't
It's
deserve...
not about James. It's not about me, and it's not about you. It's about Rachel. Nothing can change the mistakes I made. I'll never get to be Rachel's mother. Not really. But there's one thing I can still do for her. The only thing I can do. You can do whatever you want, Chloe. You have the power. What you have to decide is whether you're going to protect Rachel or cause her even more hurt. So please, tell her I was never here. Let her have what peace she can without me.
Don't go, Sarah.
I'm done here. Goodbye, Chloe.
That really doesn't seem right. What?
Hello?
Hi, Chloe. Rachel's just fallen asleep.
I know she'll be thrilled to see you when she wakes up. Maybe come back a little later.
Hey,
Never mind.
Go back to sleep, kiddo. You need your rest.
can I talk to Chloe? Alone? For a minute?
Okay, sweetie. We'll be right outside.
How you feeling? Like I got stabbed? Doc says there'll be a sick scar. Maybe a tattoo is in order. Fuck yeah. We never actually escaped. Did we? We've got time. All the time in the world. So, how did everything go? Rachel, I've got to tell you something.
Where's the choice? Where's the choice?
Hey. What's wrong? I failed you. I couldn't find her. I'm so sorry. Funny. You seemed so confident. I really thought you'd find her. Yeah. Me too. Maybe we can try tomorrow. Maybe she hasn't left town yet. Of course. I know. Wherever she is, she loves you very much. How do you know that? Because why should she be any different from the rest of us?
Oh god. Why is she like that with him? Jeez. Well, I guess with that, we're finally saying farewell to this prequel of the game. Life is Strange Before the Storm. What a well done journey by Deck 9. This was an amazing tribute to the original Life is Strange that Don't Nod wrote. I mean, shit, round of applause to everybody on the team. This was incredible. It really was. It really was. I mean, I'm not sitting here in emotional upheaval like I was after pretty much every episode of the original Life is Strange, but I had to take a break after this one. And after the last one, I had to take some time to process. But it's less about the emotional whammies. Like, all the reveals that you get in the original Life is Strange. Here, this game has it too. It definitely has those holy shit moments. And it's just so intense. And hell is empty. We didn't tell Rachel the truth. That's a pretty even split, all things considered. I'm surprised by that. And it's so hard considering what happens in Life is Strange. Because regardless of what you choose, the end result is the same. And it sucks. And it doesn't cover the 2 years between the events of this game and the next game. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? What? Oh, that's just mean. Wow. That is so... Either way, you kill the plant. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? You can kill the plant with soda or you can kill it with neglect. There's no choice in the matter. You're killing a plant. Are you kidding me? Fuck you. Okay, this game gets a 0 out of 10. I couldn't water my plant properly. But for real, it's like... This was more than a nod to anything. This was more than a nod than anything to the original game. I actually appreciated that. That's really interesting. Almost everybody accepted David's photograph. Huh. You didn't have Drew's money at the start of the day. Huh. Interesting. That's really interesting. Wow. I knew I made the right choice right there when I had that conversation with his dad. Moving into his old apartment. Just, that hit me so hard. I did good. I did good. You visited the Norse at the hospital? Duh. You sparred with Drew over pudding? Wait, you can do that? How? How do you do any of that? How do you spar with Drew, and how do you play tabletop with Mikey? No, man. Oh, come on. Didn't donate to the firefighters fund because we didn't have money. Right. You revealed to Damon that Thunder was the snitch. We don't have a name for Thunder ever, I don't think. If it is ever revealed, I don't remember what it is. You convinced Damon that Sheldon was the snitch. Well, of course, fuck that guy. You convinced Damon that Gerald was the snitch. I don't remember who that was. Rachel didn't meet her mother. That's an end state? You probably have to get that dialogue just right. And if I had written... If I had chose the option about the bracelet and one other option that I think I could have done differently, I may have gotten this chance. And I wish I had gotten that. I really wish I had. Because this would have been really cool right here. Because then Rachel would know about her mother. They'd be able to meet. Maybe even contact. All this other stuff. And then the whole story about what James did with Sarah wouldn't have even mattered. It just wouldn't have mattered. So I'm really sad that I didn't get this option, but fuck, that's the one scene that bothered me in that entire episode, was this conversation that we had with Rachel's mom. Like, really? First off, how are you okay after getting a dosage like that? Maybe she only got a little bit. Maybe. Oh God. If she only got a little bit, just enough to get her high. Wow. Damn, Damon's an asshole. Damon's not just cruel, he's vindictive. Like, fuck that guy. Jeez. What is this? Oh no. Come on, man. Well, way to fast forward it, I guess. Bonus episode Farewell. Now that you've completed Before the Storm, say goodbye to Arcadia Bay in the bonus Farewell episode. This we're going to be doing in another session. Technically, Life is Strange Before the Storm is over, but this takes us even further back in time when Max and Chloe were still together as friends. And I think that this episode, based on what little I've seen and read about it, this is going to get really fucking sad. And several of you have told me this already. So, yeah, gonna have it in full 1080p. Embrace the tears and tissues. Fuck. But we'll get to it when we get to it. For now, let's get to the episode menu. Get some of that music. This is collector mode. Oh, it's... okay, it's for all the graffiti stuff. right. This is something you get with, I forget if it's the pre-order or if it's the deluxe edition. I think this is deluxe edition content where you can basically go through the game and get all of the extra graffiti, different options, collectibles, that kind of stuff. So you can just explore the game, more or less. Does that really say buttock on it? It totally does. Whatever. Yeah, so maybe we will go through that in collector mode or something, but anyway. We are at the beginning, all over again. There is so much to unpack from that episode, it's crazy, and there's so much to unpack about this game. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unpack what I'm thinking about the episode right here at the end, and then I'll have a separate video that talks about Life is Strange Before the Storm as a general thing. And maybe I'll do that in Farewell, maybe I'll do that here, I don't know. But, oh my gosh, just how everything happened. Interestingly enough, this game left a few things unanswered. The developers that did this one, Deck 9, are so good at foreshadowing. Dontnod's really good at it too, don't get me wrong. But Deck 9 is less subtle. Far less subtle. For the most part. But they're so good at adding new things to it. It just... I have to say, I was going to talk about this in a different thing, but I really feel like Deck 9 fleshed out the world around Chloe and the other characters more than Dontnod did. Then again, we really only learned about characters that were briefly touched on in the original game. Chloe we learned a fair amount about, but we weren't seeing the world through her eyes, you know? In this one, we were seeing the world through Chloe and, in some cases, Rachel's eyes. And just that whole thing was so... so good. But one of the scenes that really made me think... Two scenes. I mean, I talked about the scene with Sarah and Chloe at the burned out barn already, and that scene just didn't feel right to me. Because Sarah's fine, she's out of her restraints. Chloe gets up without any bruises or anything. It seems almost too real and calm, you know? Like I would be expecting somebody else, like Damon or Frank, to be there. But they weren't. It doesn't talk about any of that. It's just a conversation between Chloe and Sarah. And that entire conversation sounded like it was Chloe talking to a different aspect of herself that sounded like it was coming from Sarah. But then it wasn't? Just the way it was presented, it threw me off really bad. Especially with the scene with Chloe and her dad. Because would you stop climbing on my chair, cat? I know you want my attention. I love your kisses, you're cute. So come here in my lap. Come here. Oh, get the attention that you have been so deserving and missing out on. Happy cat. But I really feel like that was such a weird way to set up that conversation, given everything that just happened prior, and on top of it, the conversation that Chloe just had with her dad while she was in the pickup driving on the way to Damon's, to the barn or whatever the hell. The lumber mill, sorry. It didn't fit properly. It was too surreal. And I guess there are situations where it happens like that, and it just feels surreal even though it's perfectly normal. But this episode in particular mess with so many of those, you know, those blurred, those lines of reality, with Chloe's dad being there talking to her while she was conscious, being physically present while she was conscious. And there's another scene I'm trying to think of. The dream sequence with Chloe and her dad this time around was funky in the good way. It was that whole world's a stage thing, and kind of recapping and playing off the feeling of what happened in the last episode with the whole play and everything. But that reality check of, you know, lights, some sound effects, and then the truck actually coming through and then slamming and running her dad over, and the blood splatter on the theater, like, what the fuck? I mean, shit. You're gonna throw a curveball like that? And I saw it coming, but I wasn't expecting it to happen. It was one of those weird things where it's, you know it's coming, but you still don't expect it. Like, you're not prepared for it. And it was just, oh, that hit me so hard. In that really just flabbergasted way. Like, did that actually just happen? And as far as James' dad, Rachel's dad, James, I feel like he made some really stupid decisions. Really stupid decisions. And having Damon do anything about it was just... Really? Really? How low are you willing to stoop for that? It's just ridiculous. But he loves his daughter. I don't know. Because I mean, I haven't been in that exact position, but trying to keep the peace and keep your little bubble protected is so hard. And sometimes you do things to not hurt other people or try to keep the peace, and you fuck it up. One slip up and the whole thing comes crashing down. Speaking from experience. Anyway, there is one more scene that that's coming to mind right now. There's a couple things actually. With Elliot, I'm just thinking about this now. When Elliot arrived, I'm so at a loss with how that situation didn't escalate more than it did. And how things between Chloe and James remained the same. Because if there was any actual case, they would have found Chloe's fingerprints all over that office, not Elliot's. But I just, in a way, I feel bad for Elliot, but it's one thing to... Oops, sorry, bud. It's one thing to try and help a person, it's another thing entirely to stalk them and stall them. And the way Elliot did that was so wrong. And again, I've been in situations like that on both sides. If you have feelings, make sure you're both approaching it in a space that's safe. That is probably one of the biggest things. Set up a situation where it is meant to be a confrontation. Don't sneak up on somebody and ever do that. Dumbest idea in the book, because they're not going to be willing to listen to you. And Elliot blew it. Just straight up. But make sure you both agree on a safe space, or encounter them in a place that's safe. And then you share your feelings. For God's sake, don't go for the hug. Don't make it all about you. Share your feelings and then try to understand their side of the story. Because you do not know what's going on for them. And for that kind of thing, it takes trust, it takes commitment, even for a little bit of time, it takes commitment. And it can be really difficult to do. It takes two to make a relationship. Friendship, love relationship, otherwise. It takes two. You can't have one person doing all the work. And Chloe didn't have time for that. So, anyway. The last thing I want to talk about is Frank. Because in there was... The end scene was him with a photo. With the photo of him and Damon. With blood spots on it. And he pulled out Damon's knife and put it in the box. So... Is Damon dead? Because with the way the two of them went at it, it seemed like a do-or-die moment, and Frank was shown at the end of that. So Damon's dead? I guess? Yeah, let me look this up. Because I know it's not going to be revealed in Farewell. Let's see, does Damon Merrick, here we go. Damon Merrick die? Oh. What happened to Damon Merrick? Scene community. He's fucking dead? Frank probably killed him. We see a shovel in the background. Really? Chloe asked Sarah, who said that Frank took care of him, wounded and unarmed against Damon. Don't believe that for a second, though. Frank is one hell of a guy. Don't forget that, yep. There's a shovel in that scene? Really? Yeah, pouring drink at the campfire. That's a little bit like the Japanese custom of making a portion of food like rice and putting it at an empty seat at the table for the dead. Deck 9 kind of dropped the ball on that part too. There's no way it should have been taken care of off screen. I'm guessing that if they showed his murder on screen, the game would be rated adult, and that's likely why they did it like that, yeah. In the main game, they showed the murder of Frank, Chloe, and Mr. Jefferson, plus the suicide of Kate. It still got PEG 15. Yeah, rather to create a new mystery than because of the youth protection. Dead and buried, as Jefferdick says. D9 showed excellent restraint, not showing the actual killing. Agreed. And it really does make sense overall that Chloe doesn't see it. That's true, because it is through Chloe's eyes, and she got knocked out because during that scene. That is a very good point. That is a very good point. So, Damon's fucking dead. Good riddance. I just can't help but wonder what brought him to that kind of mentality, though. It's crazy to think about. So, thank you, Frank. You are fucking awesome. You saved Chloe. And you owe her nothing more. Damn, that sucks that I didn't get Rachel to see Sarah. I want to play through the game again just to get that scene. Just to get that scene. And I know there were a couple scenes where I fat-fingered it or messed up or went against my gut feeling, but oh well. Anyway, Deck 9, you did a fantastic job with this. This is definitely worthy of being part of the Life is Strange series. I had my doubts with episode 1, but this is easily on par with the original game. It's a different style, a different take on a lot of things, but it really fleshes out the world of Life is Strange in Arcadia Bay, Oregon. Really, really well done. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, anyway. Don't know when Farewell is going to be coming out, but it will be. And, yeah. Hope you all enjoyed this Let's Play of Life is Strange Before the Storm. At least as much as I've enjoyed playing it. Heavy hitter in a different way than I was expecting, but still a heavy hitter. And, yeah. I wonder what's going on with James and What's-Her-Face now that in Life is Strange, how they're doing. Does Sarah even know? You never hear about that, do you? Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and until farewell, and whatever else I might play in the meantime, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.